We're live, kicking it with Jason. Ben is on today, all the way from the UK. I'm here in California. We're on Facebook Live right now. This will be recorded and uploaded everywhere, of course. But Ben, super excited to have you on, man. I know we chatted before we went live, and you're 20 years old, man. Young cat in the hobby. We met on Instagram, and we've been talking cards and just following each other there on social media. But man, I'm excited to talk some WandaVision with you today, some sports cards, Star Wars, Marvel, all kind of fun stuff, man. But like, tell us more about yourself real quick. What do you do? What's up with the UK? What you've been up to? Like 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, so my day job is I'm an electrical engineer. In the UK at the moment, we're still kind of coming out of lockdown for the whole COVID situation. But in my spare time, I've just been getting into the whole the hobby and just the whole card scene. And obviously I watched WandaVision. Great series. And yeah, just out here trying to progress.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Are you a big Disney fan in general?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, let's say yes.
Yeah. But way more Marvel, it seems like. Like Marvel is your thing, seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely watched probably. I don't want to say I've watched every Marvel film, but I've watched the majority of them. So, yeah.
That's real cool, man. So, WandaVision is like the number one show out there right now. How many episodes was there? About seven episodes, 8, something like that. 7 episodes.
Yeah, I think it was about 8.
Yeah, man. So, like, I'm sure you watched every Marvel movie. You've been following it the last decade or so that's been going. And this show it's like one of those in-between stories. A lot of even some backstories you can even say are a part of that show. So what'd you think of it overall, man? Like, what's your overall rating for it?
My overall rating. I'd say solid 8.5 out of 10.
That's fair.
Because, I don't know. I think when everyone first started watching it, I know like the first couple of episodes were like completely different to what Marvel has probably ever done in the past, and everyone was
it was risky. Yeah,
everyone was
it was
like,
risky move.
"What is this?"
Yeah.
And then I think episode 3 was kind of the first episode when it's like plot twist.
Right.
And I think everyone then knew was like, "Oh damn, this is getting serious." Like,
yeah,
they're not joking around like we thought they were.
Yeah.
And then from there, you just hooked.
Yeah, I agree. I think the first few episodes, they were definitely trying something new, something different. And I think it works because we already know what to expect as fans, what's going to come up. You got the fighting, you got the stories. So that was kind of a different twist, kind of different speed to what they're doing. Maybe 3 episodes was maybe too much of it. Like maybe 1 episode would have been cool. But yeah, once they hit that 3rd episode and it got, to what it is today, they really turned up the heat on it, and everything just started going. So I liked it, man. I like everything that was revealed. White Vision, Agatha, the kids, Billy and Tommy, WandaVision becoming Scarlet Witch. It was incredible, man. What was one of the biggest surprises to you?
The biggest surprise. I'd kind of probably just have to say the whole Agatha turning out to be like the witch.
Yeah, that was a big one.
I just didn't see that coming. Unless you've read the comics, then maybe you would have. But
right.
No, I just think that was kind of everything turned on its head and was like, what? You're telling me the past 4 or 5 episodes have not necessarily been a lie, but it hasn't been what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably
Agatha. Yeah, Agatha was a big one. She's a big deal, and man, good acting. I forget her name, but man, she did some great acting. Just to see where she came from with Step Brothers, and then doing this is pretty good. So, man, good job to her. But Agatha was a big one. I never knew about a White Vision. That was a big one.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and just seeing how strong Scarlet Witch is, that was a surprise in itself. Like, dude, she's crazy strong. And then when they were like, she could have defeated Thanos by herself. I think when that was happening in Endgame, I kind of caught that, but it happened so fast. You know, he was like, she was basically ripping him apart. I was like, oh dang, she might end it right here. But just something about the movie, you just knew that wasn't going to be the story. You just knew that wasn't going to happen right there. And then that's when Thanos was like, send down all the, or let it rain with all the missiles and stuff. So they showed that glimpse of how strong she really is. And then, yeah, so that show just making her come to life, the Scarlet Witch, and, you know, her basically saying, I don't understand this power, but I'm going to learn. I think things about to get super crazy with her. I think that's a big surprise. She might be, you know, that person. She's almost like Jean Grey in the Phoenix, kind of crazy strong. That's what it reminds me of. So that was a big surprise, man. Do you follow the comics at all?
So no, I've never read the comics.
Yeah, me either.
But I've kind of watched. I want to say I've watched the majority of the films. And I think that's kind of something that WandaVision has done. I think maybe in the past I didn't really appreciate their characters in terms of like superheroes enough, just because in the other films you've got the likes of Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man. You've got all these other superheroes, and I feel like because of them, these characters like Vision kind of get lost a bit, and maybe I didn't appreciate them enough. But I think this like series has definitely kind of made me appreciate them more as superheroes.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think it's a good idea that they're coming out with these shows because it gets to take time to highlight everybody. I mean, they did that, of course, with movies themselves, like the Iron Man movie, Captain America movie, Black Panther. But I think the shows it gives you a different. You can go more into depth with stuff. You know, you can tell off into more things and just stay truly to the character a lot more. So yeah, I agree with that. I haven't read all the comics, but what I do is I go on YouTube and I watch people that do read all the comics and they're on top of that stuff. They put out all the Easter eggs. There's a really good channel called New Age Rock Stars, and there's a couple of channels, and like these guys know their stuff. They know their characters. They know the comics. They're watching the show from the lens where like they're super Marvel nerded out. So they're like, oh yeah, that symbol means this. This is from that comic, and this might mean this is going to happen next. And they did pretty good, man. They were on top of some stuff. Some stuff never happened in the shows that they tried to predict. But one of the big ones that I've seen was that they think a villain is coming. His name is what's his name? I wrote it down. How do you say it? Scython? Scython, I think is. I might be saying that wrong. I think his name is Scython, but yeah, I was watching it, man. This villain dude, he's huge. He's like crazy strong, crazy scary. You know, almost like some Thanos, but scarier kind of stuff, the way he looks. So, you know, that might come up later on. A few movies down. We still got Doctor Strange movie has to come out. We still got Black Panther movie has to come out. Spider-Man, all these different movies that are kind of tied in somehow. So that next thing is building up like how they did with the Infinity Stones. I think, you know, the next villain is about to be revealed, and the next, you know, overall story is being made right now. Mm-hmm. So did you catch on anything like that too? Do you feel like, I mean, like a villain's coming through?
I didn't actually watch any of the Easter egg YouTube videos, although I probably should have done. I mean,
watch those, man. Watch those. They're crazy.
I feel like I got some of the Easter eggs, but I mean, if I watched one of them, I'd just probably be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely kind of now. I feel like it's kind of had, I guess, a bit of a quiet period in terms of Marvel, but with this like series that we've just had, and I think they're releasing the Falcon and the Winter Soldier in like a week or two.
That's gonna be crazy.
And then later in the year, we're gonna have Loki. I'm seeing the trailer for that, and I think it goes
pretty good.
It goes back to like all this like clips we've seen him in the other films, but it's all from his perspective. So I think that's gonna be like super interesting and probably another great series. it's hard not to love Marvel.
They're doing such a good job. I mean, the dedication and commitment and the good writing that it takes, you can't really miss a beat. To be doing this since the first Iron Man movie, the first Captain America movie, all the Avengers, that's some serious like long-term vision stuff that they're doing. And I think they're solid. If I'm being honest, they're solid for 50 years, man, cuz I just feel like they can just keep revolutionizing, changing stuff. The next character could come out and just keep going, you know? Like Wanda could carry the next 10 years like Iron Man did and Captain America did. Like there's always heroes. And now that Disney owns Sony, they got all the rights from Sony. No, my bad. They got all the rights from Fox. Spider-Man is still with Sony, but that's crazy. Like the whole X-Men thing can happen, and Deadpool. I don't know if Disney wants to touch Deadpool too much because obviously a rated R. It's kind of not their thing. But
I love Deadpool.
Yeah, good movie, man. So
good.
The way they got all the access now to just have the free will to make these stories can get crazy, man. So, do you remember when they had that fight when Sony and Spider-Man had that fight? Because that was like I was like, if they don't make this happen, this is gonna be so bad for the whole Marvel thing. But I'm glad.
I remember like at the end of last film, it leaves I think the last clip is like them saying that they know who Spider-Man is, and it goes on like such a great cliffhanger,
right?
And then for it to then just like stop would just be
like
Marvel, you know, Marvel fans would just be outraged. Like you can't leave us hanging like that. I mean, but I'm super happy there's like. I don't know how many more films I've confirmed, but I know there's definitely another one or two Spider-Man films.
Yeah. Great movie, man. Great movie. What do you think about White Vision?
So that's an interesting one. Will we, I guess, potentially see Vision come back again in the future? I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Will it be kind of, I guess, because that's him from the moment he was like fully uploaded and stuff, so he might not have all his. I don't know if he'd have all his memories and stuff. Although Vision actually did transfer him, didn't he? So he transferred. Yeah. So I mean, I mean that's just awesome. I definitely didn't see that coming either.
Yeah, that was a surprise. So you remember when Vision? Because I recently watched the Ultron movie, Captain America or Avengers Ultron. Great movie, man. That movie's sick. And how Vision was made, and you know, pretty much like he was always ahead of the game. Like he was always making sure he had his thoughts correct. And when he first came out, he wasn't sure. Like I'm not sure what I'm here to do. I just know I'm on the side of humans. Like he's like, I'm not for good or bad. I'm for life. And it's like that was interesting. So it was like right away. It just seemed like he was always a good guy. He just always got it together, right? And that split second, maybe it seemed like, oh, dang. Because I remember at that moment, it was like, is Ultron going to be this dude? Is Vision about to be, like, tearing stuff up? And it was just like, oh, no, he's one of the good guys. And I think that's what happened. Same thing that happened in this show. It was like, dude, this dude, White Vision, is about to come in and create some problems. And then Vision was like, hold up. Like, here you go. Here's some memories. Here's like, download this. And I think he just had that glimpse again where he was just like, okay, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. And he flew somewhere. I don't know where he flew. So he's off to somewhere, man. I got Doctor Strange. I don't know. Or is he flying into space? He's going somewhere, though. So that's interesting.
Yeah. It is super interesting. You're right. The possibilities are endless. It's going to be hard.
Endless, man.
I did see some theory like during the whole, I think it was before the whole Agatha reveal, but it was saying how people basically thought that Vision, like you were saying, basically would come out being the bad guy because Wanda was being made out to be like the villain, so to speak. And
right.
Saying how like maybe there's a part of Ultron that's still alive in Vision's mind and maybe he comes back and that didn't happen. But,
yeah. I can't see that happening. I think because I think they got that on lock. But yeah, the way even Wanda, you know how she was basically a bad guy almost too, sort of in a way. In what was it, the Winter Soldier and Age of Ultron? At first, she was with Ultron, and then she had that, that change of heart and became like that's all interesting stuff. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I think that's all I got on WandaVision. Anything else that you wanna touch on?
Not really. Just the fact we kind of get left on that cliffhanger for
Yeah,
season 2, I guess. So
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, she flew off. She flew off too, and pretty much showed she's learning. So you remember that Doctor Strange scene where he sleeps, but he's like his other outside body is reading while he's sleeping. That's kind of like what she was doing. She in the post credit, she was outside, but inside the other room, she got her outside body reading everything up. Did you see that post credit?
yeah, and am I right in
All right,
saying
cool.
that? Am I right in saying that you also hear the kids' voices when she's
Yeah,
doing that as well?
yeah,
So
they were
maybe the
screaming, so
kids
that's
aren't
weird.
dead.
Yeah, maybe they're not dead. Maybe
Maybe
they're trapped somewhere. Yeah,
alive in some alternative reality.
yeah.
This is the thing
So
about
cliffhanger, like you
Marvel, right?
said. Yeah,
Because like the whole blip situation and everything, there's just so many different dimensions where characters can still be alive. So the
right.
opportunities are endless, and it's just amazing.
Yep, yep, yeah. Thanks for your words on WandaVision, man. I'm excited for Marvel and what's going on. Which we can get into. Let's go into Marvel cards first, and then we'll close it off with the Star Wars. But first of all, man, how did you get into sports cards? Because I know you started collecting. Yeah, I remember you hit me up on the DMs. You're like, "Yo, I'm in cards." So yeah, man, how'd you get into cards?
So uh, I basically got into cards through Gary V.
Yeah,
Um,
same here.
yeah, it's quite a funny story because, well, it's not really funny, but it's like I think I started watching him say like October 2019.
Hmm.
Um, and I think then that was kind of when he was like talking about sports cards a lot. And I'd obviously only just started watching him. And I remember like, I was watching all the other stuff because it's just so good.
Good stuff. Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
just like second to none. And
yeah.
I see all this sports card stuff occasionally, and I'm like, man, I'm never going to get into that. Like, I know in America, I know in America it's quite big, but in the UK, like you do have like the kind of trading card thing at school, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
actual kind of like high end, say, graded side of cards, we don't really have that.
Hmm.
It's not really part of our culture, or
Right,
not yet anyway. So anyway, yeah,
right.
I'm just like, man, I'm never gonna get into that. Like, it's just not for me. Um, and then I remember when like Pokemon starts like hotting up a bit, and Gary's posting stuff on Twitter, and he replies to my tweet saying like, I think I just said basically it went me. And he's like, "Have you tried Pokemon?" And I was like, not really, but and I did say I kind of collected it a little bit as a kid. Um,
Yeah,
so anyway, he basically says, "Give it a go," and I was like, in that moment, my mindset was, if I don't give it a go, I'll definitely regret it because Gary has said, "Give it a go." So I was
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Screw it, I'm just gonna have to do it." So I started watching like loads of YouTube videos and just like educating myself on the hobby because obviously I didn't know anything. So I have to learn what PSA, BGS, and like all this means, and like how cards are graded, etc.
Hmm.
Um, so I kind of touch on Pokemon a bit, but I kind of realize that I don't really enjoy it that much. But the card thing, I'm kind of now a bit more invested and interested in. Um, and then one day he tweets the card of uh, Darth Vader, villainous Darth Vader, and
Yeah.
he's like, "What's considered
The
Darth
Ricky
Vader's
card.
rookie
I saw
card,
that.
rookie
Yeah, I
card?"
saw that post. Yeah, I saw that post.
And I saw that, and I'm thinking, like, I kind of gel with Star Wars. Like, I like Star Wars. I can get into that. And then
Yeah.
so I start researching about Star Wars. Um, Obviously, Pokemon is the highest grossing franchise of all time, but Star Wars is number 5. And I'm thinking, like, Pokemon's had its first spike, say, but Star Wars hasn't really done anything. And I'm thinking there's like potential here. Like, love Star Wars. I think Star Wars like worldwide is kind of well respected. Otherwise, it wouldn't be up there as number 5.
Right.
So then I get into kind of heavily researching into Star Wars cards. The 1977 sets, there's 5 series. Like what color each series is, and the rookie cards and stuff, and then from that moment, I just kind of dove a lot deeper and kind of started investing a lot more into it. And now kind of here I am. So yeah, that's my roller coaster. How did you get
I love it. I love it, man. Same way. Been following Gary Vee for a few years, and then same thing, man. Just kept hearing sports cards over and over. And I believe anything Gary says is golden. Like he's not gonna give you anything that's not gonna work for you. He's not gonna give you bad advice. And sports cards, like, guys, I'm so serious. I just wrote an article today. Because I'm doing this 6 a.m. I call it 6 a.m. pen and pad session where I just every day at 6 a.m. this week, I'm just writing stuff, whatever, like a topic that I want that's on my mind or anything from my text community. And today I did one on Gary Vee, and I have his autograph cards that he made with Allen and Genter. I bought 2 of those in April of 2019, and then I got them for $100 each. And I was like, I wonder if 20 years this card can be as valuable as the 1999 Charizard Holo or the 1986 Jordan Flair, because in 86 the Jordan Flair came from a 50-cent pack, right? And then the Charizard came from like a $4 pack. And I'm just thinking, like, Gary Vee is so like he's that iconic. Like, he's slept on right now, but even with all his wins and what he's doing, he's still massively underrated. And I think over the next 2 decades, he's just going to be becoming, more big, more impactful. And so I wrote about that because he could have literally bought up all the cards because he has the money to do that. But he put everybody on. He put you on. He put me on. Like, at the time I was 27, little to no money, but he put out the information so somebody like me can take a few bucks, buy some cards, and then, really make some real money. So that's how I got started, man. 2019 spring, did my research. I remember he did a Q&A live on YouTube. I got on there and I was like, all right, I'm going to go as aggressive as I can, as hard as I can. And if I fail, I fail, but I'm going to do this, man. So yeah, I went hard, man. And got some good basketball cards, made some good investments, sold some cards, put that money into bigger cards that I like some LeBron James rookies. And then, and then Star Wars is interesting, man, because we're so similar in the Star Wars sense. Because did you get your cards in December or did you get it a little before?
So I think I brought my first card on like the 23rd of December.
Dude, so you know exactly the timeline of what I'm about to say. So I bought Star Wars in December based on Disney Plus and The Mandalorian and all the shows that are coming out. That's the only reason why I bought cards. I was like, Disney is killing it. Disney is so good. They're making great stories. They're making good original content. They're bringing back Obi-Wan and the original Obi-Wan character from the movie and the original Darth Vader Anakin from the movie. I was like, that's a big deal. I seen what happened with vintage basketball. I seen what happened with vintage Pokemon. And I'm like, all right, what's the next underpriced, massive cultural thing that's going to happen? And I'm like, it's got to be Star Wars. And this is December. And so, like, hold on, I got my cards right here. Hold on. So, like, this card, man, I saw you. All right, so anybody who's listening to this, Ben has a Luke Series 1 PSA 9. Like, that card is a real deal card, dude. Like, that card is serious. Yes, that's a serious card, dude. I just saw a PSA 10 sell like the other day on eBay. It was almost 9 G's, dude, for that PSA 10 for a Luke. Yeah. So yeah, your 9 is that. Yeah, go. I looked like I think that was last night. So yeah, check it out, dude. These cards are popping. So this card right here is a PSA 8 Wonder Bread Darth Vader's. I bought this for $24. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get something Darth Vader. Like, I believe in Darth Vader. He's the number one villain of all time. He's like, in my opinion, I think he's up there. I think he's the guy. He's sci. You think sci-fi? You can't. There's no way you can not say anything about Star Wars, right? If you say sci-fi, everybody's mind goes to like Harry Potter, Marvel, Star Wars, right? It's always there. So it's number, like you said, it's the fifth media company in the world. So I'm buying as much Darth Vader as I can. And then that card was $24. And then now it's selling. I'm not even kidding. It's a 2,100% increase that is selling now in February, March. Like people are paying $600 for that card now. I'm just like, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that to happen until, I don't know, a year from now, 2 years from now. But
that's how I kind of feel. Like, I kind of expected the prices to increase over time, but I didn't expect them to increase in the time period they have.
Yeah. And it blasted up quick. And we got it. That's why it's so important to be aggressive in sports cards, and it's so important to research and trust your gut and your intuition. Because if me and you waited, like if we would have been like, okay, let me just wait a little longer, January would have came. Who knows? Those cards would have been bought up because there's not a lot of these cards out there on the market. Like, there's only a few. So the population is really low. If me and you would have waited till February, we would have missed out on the cards, and we would have missed those super underpriced those prices, man. Do you remember how much you got for your PSA 9?
What, the Luke?
Yeah, the Luke. That's a good card. Yeah, you got two Lukes.
Right. I've got one Luke.
You got one Luke, or don't you got a red one? What's the red one you got? Which one is that?
Sorry, yes, I do have two. I completely forgot.
Yeah, I remember, man. See, I knew it.
Right, so the Luke, I think the card price was actually like, I would say like $1,400, maybe $1,500. But then I had like import charges, so it was like a couple $100. But in total, I think it was like $1,750.
That's American dollar. 1750.
Yeah,
that's solid, man. I would say that's a solid investment. Luke is worth more than Darth Vader, and I thought it would be opposite. I thought Darth would be more than Luke, but Luke's like the good guy. He's the Iron Man of Star Wars. So
there's kind of two things. Like you touched on it earlier. Compared to Marvel and Pokemon, say, the population of 1977 Star Wars is so low, and
super low.
Even like the raw ungraded cards. I think because it's 1977, there's a lot of centering issues. And now because and now because they're like they're getting on a bit, so like I can't imagine there's many out there which have been kind of. Even if they have been untouched, I can't imagine many of them would be PSA 8, 9s, and 10s.
Right.
I just don't see it. And also, in the packs, like you had chewing gum. So I think with some of the cards, like you kind of end up with stains on them and stuff. So whereas maybe say compared to Marvel, I think there's a lot higher population of Marvel, and I can't imagine how many cards there are currently at PSA which are all Marvel. So that's kind of thing. I don't think Star Wars has to worry about that, like the whole population thing, because it's just so low.
Right.
And I don't think it's going to get much higher than what it is.
Exactly.
In terms of like the high grades.
Right. I agree 100%. Yeah, the population report is super low. 1977, and years ago, and it was a good sign because when Gary V posted about what's the Darth Vader rookie card, I was already like making content like this is why I'm buying Darth Vader cards. And then to see Gary be thinking the same thing, I was like, oh man, I think I made a great move, because you have to move before people with influence actually talk. You got to be, because now like cards is just it's popping. If Drake buys a card, everybody's gonna know that Drake bought this card, and that's more people that are coming in now. I mean, there's all kinds of celebrities in it now, and then you got big investors in it now who are just like, they just see it. They don't care about Star Wars. They don't care about basketball necessarily, but they're like, oh yeah, that I can buy that low and sell it. Sure, I'll invest a couple thousand. So, that evolution in sports is here now, and sports cards is here now, where people, are looking at it strictly for the investment opportunity. So,
in terms of Star Wars, do you have any other cards, or do you just have Darth Vader?
yeah, I got all Darth Vader. I got one Millennium Falcon card. I got like 10 Darth Vader cards or something, and then one is a Millennium Falcon because it's the Millennium Falcon. It's a tight ship, man. It's like one of the best ships to be ever in outer space and sci-fi. So I was like, I got to get this one.
I kind of jokingly laughed inside earlier when you mentioned Wonder Bread, because I remember seeing Wonder Bread for like the Vader cards, say when they're $30-$40 for like PSA 8 and 9, like you do.
Yeah, man.
And I just kind of thought, like,
you didn't believe in it, like, huh? Yeah, that's the same thing with me.
I just kind of thought it was a bit like they're cards that used to come in loaves of bread, and I'm like, are people really going to want to have these? But then I've seen comments on Instagram, and people are saying like, mate, the nostalgia that people get from these cards. And I'm like,
man.
I mean, I'll admit I've kind of passed on the whole Wonder Bread thing because I just didn't really think that would pop. I thought it'd mainly the 1977 set.
Yeah.
But I stuck with 1977. I actually have 2 Darth Vader cards.
Nice.
So my first card is #7 Villainous Darth Vader PSA 7.
Oh, that's a nice one. Do I got that one? I don't know if I got that one. That's awesome, man.
And then my other card, I have a PSA 9 Darth Vader.
Nice. The one where David disconnected. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I was saying, does that card have the actor on there? Has his name that played Darth Vader? Is that the card that you have?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Can you hear me? No, we've lost signal again. Hello?
Wait, let me turn off my Wi-Fi. I think it might be my Wi-Fi messing with it.
I wasn't sure if it was me. I don't think it's me, but... Okay.
Yeah, we keep disconnected. All right, we're back.
Yeah, so anyway, but I kind of think, like, the thing about, I know we were comparing Luke Skywalker to Darth Vader earlier in terms of rookie cards, but I think the Luke Skywalker card is better. Like, I don't know, the Darth Vader card just isn't as good. I think maybe if a card like this, or I know there's like that other Darth Vader card in the yellow set.
Yeah.
Well, I think if one of those were kind of with that blue border, then they'd kind of be kind of like about the same value. But I think they kind of done Darth Vader's rookie card kind of not as great as what it could have been.
Right, I agree.
But I've seen comments. There's someone on Instagram, I can't remember who it is, but they basically says how maybe that kind of shows that in the beginning, with like whole Star Wars, they weren't expecting Darth Vader to come out being like the big villain that he was. Maybe they didn't actually plan for that; it just kind of happened, which I think is a super interesting point.
Right. Yeah, that's true, man. That is definitely true. 1977. You got George Lucas just doing his thing, and then, when fans catch on to a character, they catch on. Kind of like, well, Baby Yoda, they probably expected that to really be something. But Baby Yoda is a big, everybody loves Baby Yoda. It's huge.
I'm questioning whether I should buy a Baby Yoda card at some point. I think I actually passed on it when it was like $100. Then the last I saw it was like $250. I think I'll wait for the hype to die down a bit.
Yeah. I think it would be smart because it's like it's the newer generation, and it's like basketball. You got LaMelo Ball and basketball, like the new class, the new drafts. That's kind of like what it is. You got Osaka, who's gonna be an awesome pickup of a card, I would say. So when they come out with some stuff for her, and
really concern is like the slightly higher population, but I
super
feel
high,
like enough people would want a Baby Yoda.
Right.
I'd love to have a Baby Yoda. I love him.
Yeah.
It's hard not to love him. He's so cute.
Yeah. So it's a good strategy. Yeah, I haven't messed with none of the newer stuff either because of that same reason. But I'm sure there's some plays to make in there. There's got to be,
100%.
especially with how popular everything is becoming. But like I like what you said too, like with the Darth Vader Wonder Bread. The reason why I like this is because the picture is so nice. Like that, if that was the
Right.
rookie card, that'd be awesome. And that's why I didn't buy a lot of them because, like you said, I didn't really take it serious. I was like, I'm gonna get two at least. You know, like I'm not gonna cry over losing a few bucks if this doesn't do well. So otherwise, I would have bought like I think I saw at least 8 of them on eBay, maybe 9 or 10. I would have bought all of them. They would have been gone.
If I had a blue border with like stars and galaxies in it, then that would have been. I think that'd be kind of worth as much as Luke. I think it's just
Yeah,
maybe the Luke card, maybe the Vader card isn't as good as Luke's.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, in the blue card, the series 1, that's like the first cards of Star Wars ever. So those are definitely gonna be more valuable. But the other stuff I believe will catch on, just like how everything else does in the hobby. Like, that first year for vintage stuff is good, and then you got like the next tier catches on. So I feel like
I think there's like some standout cards in the other sets that people would want.
yeah,
Like I know
right.
the C3PO era card is like massive.
Yeah, the era ones, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everyone wants it.
Yeah.
And then like I say, there's a couple of like Darth Vader cards
Yeah.
in the yellow series. And there's even some like Princess Leia's and Han Solo's, which I think in that series,
Yeah,
which
the
I think are kind of
OGs.
yeah.
Got to have the OGs. That's why I went Darth Vader because I was like, you can't go wrong with Darth Vader. They're bringing him back again, so he's gonna get the popularity. So if I get these 1980s, these 1983s, maybe I can get some kind of uprise from the popularity again. So yeah, yeah. I wanted to ask you, are you into soccer, football?
Not
really?
really. I used to play
Hmm.
FIFA. So that was kind of my route into like how I knew about football. So because I used to play FIFA on the console.
Got you.
I mean, when things like the Euros and the World Cup come along, then I'll probably watch it. But
Yeah,
I'm more of a petrol head, so.
yeah, yeah. Nah, man,
But
good job on getting Star Wars, man. I think that was a great play, and for having the guts and the courage to just act on it, man. It's like taking that same skill is gonna show up again for you in the hobby somewhere again, for the next move. So that's all I've ever done is try to just like keep learning, learn from my mistakes. Like one of my mistakes was I went way too hard in Trey Young, which is, I mean, maybe good money, but like I would have bought Kobe's. I should have just bought Kobe Bryant's. My favorite basketball player, love him. His cards are like cheaper than not cheaper, like a little higher than Trey's at the time. Can you believe that? Like that's insane. There's a lot of Hall of Famers like that, but I would have just put all my money into Hall of Famers because if I would have known that that's what is actually what people are going, that's what's going to demand this the market. It's not based on hype; it's actually based on performance and accolades. I would have went way harder on vintage stuff. So
you
that's
see,
why. Go ahead.
sorry, I was just gonna say, do you see that perfect 10 from Beckett's Kobe Bryant was sold his rookie card?
Which one? Which one? Who's
There-
it?
There's like a Kobe Bryant rookie card,
Oh,
which was like
was it?
a
It
perfect
was like a
10.
million, right? Did it sell for a
I
million or something like
I
that?
can't remember, but I know that like
Yeah,
it was like a perfect pristine 10.
yeah,
Because like it had 10 in like corners and the edges and center and everything.
right.
And it was just I can't remember how much it sold for, but I saw that and I was like, I think it went for a lot.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a good investment.
Great investment. And that brings me to Marvel cards, man. Marvel cards, they also are part of everything else that's growing. Marvel, like I remember picking at Marvel cards just because I was just curious. Didn't believe in them. Big mistake because obviously Marvel it's huge, man. It's everybody knows about it, It's in the media, it's in movies. cartoons, new fans, old fans, and so those cards are growing. So I actually recently bought some, way over the price that I would want to, but I'm like, I need to get this now because I'm gonna regret it later. So I got an Iron Man card, PSA 10. I think I want to say 91 is like the first year. 91 or 92 are the first year. 92, I think. I have to do way more research. But yeah, I think it's like 92. Quote me on that. 91? Yeah. Yeah. So 91, those cards, you find any 91s, those things are already bought up, skyrocketed, gonna be more in the future. So I'm just like, all right, what's the next plays? 92s, 93s. So I've been looking in there and picked up Iron Man and a Hulk that I was like, all right, I can pay this much. They were like $500. But I was like, why wouldn't it go to 1,000 or at least 800? Like, why wouldn't it? So that's some moves I made in Marvel. But yeah, like I think there's still a lot of plays. I think there's still plays to be made in Pokemon. Because I got some friends that are super knowledgeable in the hobby. And it's just like, yeah, of course, first edition is what everybody wants. It's super low, very rare. But these cards over here are also good, and people don't know that yet. And these cards over here are good. People just aren't there yet. So I think that's the same thing that's happening in Marvel. What do you think about Marvel?
I agree. Like, I wanted to get into Marvel, but I think I was kind of so hooked on Star Wars at the time that I didn't give Marvel as much and like maybe as much attention as I should have done. I remember there was like a Marvel it was like a case. It was like I think it's like a metal tin of cards basically. And I think it went for like $350 and I think it's now worth like $1,500.
Wow.
So it's kind of one of those, just like you say, kind of trust your instincts. And that's happened like quite a few times where, say, I've kind of tried to get it for maybe like slightly cheaper and then I've missed out, or I just haven't kind of gone for it, and now it's got to be worth more than what it was, and but we live and learn.
Live and learn, man. We live and learn. Yeah, man, I don't want to hold you up too long, but yeah, what's some other last thoughts you got on cards? What's something you could recommend, or something you recently made a play on?
Recently made a play on. I mean, I feel like the main stuff I've bought recently is just Star Wars. So
nice.
I don't want to bore people with that. I tell you what. I know like the whole leak and everything was a great deal, but this was a great deal. I mean, this could be a bit hard because I'm partially holding my phone. But in the UK, there's like some seller on eBay, and I managed to get 7 Star Wars stickers are underrated. Just gonna put it out there. I managed to get 7 Star Wars stickers, and I think they're all like PSA 9s. And 5 of them are from the 1977 series. Nice. And I picked it up for example, right? I know you like Darth Vader, right? So I'll bring this out.
Yeah.
Card.
Shit. Oh, nice. I seen that one on eBay.
Right.
Maybe I couldn't get it because you got it.
No, I didn't buy it, right? I'm pretty sure this card in either like a PSA 8 or 9 the other day went for $150. Right, but I picked up all these cards in total for like $100.
Man,
which is like, I think it's probably like 6 or 8 weeks ago, but it was such a good play.
I think that's a great play. This is before, like they got so many shows lined up, man. That's like it hasn't even, I think it's just scratching the surface of something that's going to really happen.
That's what I mean. Like, how I was saying earlier about the bubble gum. Like, I think maybe they were like kind of next to the stickers. So I think it's really hard to find like stickers in like pristine. And I know I saw from the first series like a Princess Leia. Like I think it's like PSA 8 or PSA 9. I'll go PSA 9. It's PSA 9. I'm pretty sure it sold for like $1,500. I was like, what?
Man, yep.
those things, high grades, are very hard to come by. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when I checked the population report, dude, I had to like refresh my page a couple of times. I was like, are these numbers real? Because there was literally like three of a PSA 10, 3, 5, 10 of a PSA 9, 15 of a PSA 8. I was like, dude, there's nothing out there. So to own a
right.
card, you got like some rare stuff going on.
And you probably get
So
like the hardcore collectors, which aren't even like investors. They just have collected their cards, say, since they were young. And they're probably
yeah,
like now in their 50s and 60s, but they're not going to
yeah,
sell the cards. They're probably going to hold on to them till the day they die, kind of thing. So
yeah.
with all like the hardcore collectors, like there's probably even less.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
whenever you see something new pop up on eBay or like any of the other websites you use it, and it's in a high grade, you're like, oh damn, because like
Yeah.
they're that
They're
scarce.
that
Like,
valuable, man. Yeah. Yeah, I have Darth Vader PSA 10 eBay search on saved. That way, because I just want to see. I'm just
yeah,
curious. I just want to see what comes up, and like it gives you a notification, but it's nothing. It's nothing there. Like I don't know why they do it, but like you don't see it, man. People are holding on. People are holding on to their stuff. It's the same thing that has happened in basketball. People are holding on
yep.
to the real players, the vintage stuff, because they're like, yeah, we got gold here. So
And
yeah, people are looking.
I've done it a couple of times now where it's kind of hard because a lot of the cards, I think it's fair to say, get uploaded, sorry, in America. Um,
Hmm.
because I feel like that's kind of where these cards are mainly collected.
Yeah,
So whenever I see it, like it's obviously from America's time zone, and there's definitely been a couple of occasions now where I've kind of say woke up, and instead of like checking eBay before I go to work, like I've kind of then got home, looked on eBay, and realized that at like 6:30 this morning there was like these cards like for listed basically undervalued, and I could have bought them, but I didn't check eBay, so I was like, damn it, missed opportunity.
I
Um,
know, man. Been there for sure.
so much opportunity.
Yep. But yeah, Ben, where can people find you, man, on social media?
Sure. So my Instagram is Ben Fuller 94, where I kind of tend to upload a lot about sports cards. I'm kind of now trying to diverse my content a bit more because I kind of looked and I kind of realized that I just kind of posted title cards.
Good
Um,
job, man. Good job on that.
and then yeah, I'm also active on Twitter. I think that's Ben underscore Fuller 94.
Dude,
Um,
I got locked out of Twitter for like the last 3 weeks because I had copyrighted music and they didn't like that. And I'm like, man, so they blocked me for like 3 weeks. I'm so mad at Twitter. But cool. So we can find you on Twitter, Instagram. You guys can find me everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Jason WTTW. I got sports card content, fitness content, personal training content, writing articles, all kind of cool stuff. And yeah, Ben, anytime you need to reach out, man, you know where to find me. I super appreciate you, man, being on the podcast today. That was fun.
No worries, and you're crushing the content game. I think I need to up my game a bit because I'm not to the same level as you yet. So you're
Yeah,
crushing it.
man, I appreciate it, man. Just post. Right on, Ben. Yeah, I'll get this uploaded as soon as I can. And you enjoy your day, man.
You too. Have a great day.
All right, later. Thanks.
Laters.